My name's Dan, and I'm a finance and economics major. And today I'm going to be talking about the impacts of financial literacy on college students. As college students, most of us are faced with the burden of having to take on student loans. The total amount of student debt as of 2017 is $1.4 trillion. Many people are quick to blame universities for making tuition maybe a little bit too expensive. But I think a lack of financial literacy plays a big role in that problem. And that lack of knowledge is having an impact on the way students view debt. And it's shown through our student loan debt, our credit card debt, and our savings. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today. All right, so student loan debt. Like I said before, according to the Federal Reserve, we have $1.4 trillion in student loan debt. 27% of that is delinquent, meaning that you're late on your payments. And 11% is in default, meaning that you haven't made a payment in like a certain period of time. So after, usually it's 9 months. After 9 months of not making a payment, your loan is declared in default, and then it goes into a collection agency, which you don't want that because you have a lot of fees and stuff. I kind of have a personal experience that relates to some of these facts. So I work in the financial aid office, and we had a kid come in one day, and he just wanted to talk about his financial aid. And so I sit down with my boss, and we're just looking over his financial aid package, and we asked him if he knew how many loans he had taken out. And he said something like, he accepted all the free money that Westchester's given him. I really didn't know what that meant. So we looked at his financial aid, and he was a little bit over $40,000 in debt over like 2 years. And he had just accepted like all the loans that Westchester's given him, and he had no idea. So it's kind of like, it's an instance that just kind of, it's a reason for these high percentages. So moving on to a different type of debt. Credit card debt. Credit card debt has reached $1 trillion as of July 2017. I know a lot of people don't have experience with credit cards, but I think it can be a very valuable resource. I know it's a few years down the line, but soon we're all going to have to take out mortgages and car loans and stuff like that. And if you don't have very good credit, you're simply going to get denied, or you're going to have a very high interest rate. So by having a credit card, you can build your credit, so when that time comes, you'll be in good shape. Along with having good credit, in order to be financially stable, you need savings. The majority of college students will graduate with little to no savings. I think a big reason for that is people get discouraged when they can't save like a substantial amount. But in reality, we should all be saving, as much as we can. One, just to get in the habit of saving, and two, for emergencies. For example, this past summer, on my way back to work, my car broke down, and my commute to work is like 30-35 minutes. So, I needed a vehicle to get to work. But luckily, I had a little bit of savings, and I was able to get it repaired that day. If not for the savings, I would have missed out on a good bit of work, or I could have potentially lost my job. All right, so to conclude today, I talked about student loan debt, credit card debt, and savings, and how a knowledge of these topics can change the way you view debt. We might struggle with that a little bit, but with some discipline, I think we can all use these tools to our advantage. That's it.